This RSBNB Update Nibble originally aired on RSBNB Update 729. Fun for the whole family. Enjoy. All right, so, we start with the patch notes. We start slow, and moving on to this, we wind up with this surprising post to me that the Mahjarrat aura is coming back to game on July 29th, available and obtainable by all players, including Ironman.
Yay.
Yay, indeed.
Yeah.
Of course, of course, as I say, the devil is in the details. It will be available for 1,000 Reaper points or 3 bonds.
Yeah.
And
so it's about a 20-some dollar aura?
Yeah, 15, or if you want to,
65 mil.
Go in game, yeah, about 65 mil. It is best in slot.
You can do Reaper points.
Yeah, it is best in slot for combat. Yeah. And I think the concern for this was that it was being made a microtransaction option with bonds.
OFC, you're getting a Mahjarrat, or you don't think there's going to be a way to pay for it? Are you being serious right now?
That was the number one concern on the site that shall not be named.
Are those people being serious right now? Like, we do live in the real world, right? Like, seriously.
I mean, I assume they wanted it for loyalty points.
Maybe we could talk about having other methods in game, but I think it's ridiculous to think that there wasn't going to be a pay option, or that there even shouldn't be a pay option, right? I mean, why shouldn't there be? I've yet to hear a good case of why shouldn't Jagex make money off of it, like, if that's what people want to do.
And we need to remember that this was a Premier Club aura initially.
Right. Look, if I had a criticism, it would be that I think it should be Reaper points, because it's a best in class slot in combat. Okay, I'll give you that. I think you should be able to buy it because, yes, you should have a choice between grinding or making it a little bit quicker for money, real money, or GP. It's pretty open there. But I also would have liked it to been craftable through invention, because it does have a divination element to the aura.
And now that's interesting.
I think that would have been
you'd
fair
have
for
to
everybody.
have some component of it dropped through PVM, though.
I mean, I guess, but I mean that would be that's my only suggestion, or it doesn't matter. It's not a suggestion now. It is what it is. But I mean, that's the only thing that I would have personally liked to had different. But I don't understand being upset that you don't have to. They're not saying that's the only way you can get it. And
I think it's very, very accommodating that it's available through bonds.
Yeah, look, one thing I know about the PVN community is if they're good enough to worry about this, they've got 65 mil. They wouldn't notice it. It'd be like a tissue. Nothing. 1 hour Talos.
Yeah.
Go do that.
And,
it's nothing.
It's a 5% damage boost. It was 50% during the Premier Club period. Of 15 to 16. Yeah, it's a 5% damage
you know what?
boost.
I hope they make a ton of money off of it.
In my
hope
opinion,
they do,
this is really overpriced for 5%.
Well, if I were to buy bonds, yeah, dude, I would never, it's $6. Yeah, okay, so $18, whatever. That's way too much for an aura in my book. GP. That's not too much GP at all.
No, it's
exactly.
Even I, who is not someone who has the best money making methods, I could scrounge that up in a week and a half.
Exactly. And you know what? All that is just makes everything even that much better for the bond market. You know, gotta keep that bond market healthy. It. I hope they do really well because I would love to get other auras that would be more useful to me from past Premiere that I can't get because I don't do Premiere. Um, I know I think on the stream even, they had mentioned they could be bringing in Dwarven Instinct if this goes well, and I'm going, well, I hope it goes well because I'd love to have that aura.
Yeah.
You know? And I don't see the harm in it. That's what I don't understand. I don't see the harm in it. I don't see how anyone is getting screwed.
Could you imagine this as a different monetization stream? In that there are different effects you could buy for your character that you'd be able to use daily, but it would be permanent. And you could buy them either with real money, bonds, or with in-game GP.
That might be the concern. Maybe we just stumbled onto what the concern for that side is.
Maybe, but if that's the case, it's not being articulated.
Well, right.
Which, of course, I mean, makes sense.
That actually makes perfect sense. Yeah. I personally, I don't think that would necessarily be bad, but if there is concern, it's probably concern on it being a slippery slope because if we're doing that with an aura, then some time down the road, is it going to be a weapon or what I mean? Some armor, what have you.
And I think if it was, a tier 90 premium weapon that you could only get through Premier Club or through bonds or GP in this case, I think then that would be a time to be concerned.
Yeah, I do too. I think at the end of the day, I think we're better off to take each thing case by case as it comes, and because not everything is equal. I don't think an aura isn't a T90 weapon, and vice versa. Yeah. So we're all grown ups, and I think we're capable of being able to decide each time what we want to do with it.
And there's always got to be a controversy, and I think the problem with that website is that it amplifies controversy. Because if they didn't make this available for bonds, the controversy would have been that would be this is available only for PVM points, right?
Yeah.
And even then, it's not only available for PVM points. There's this thing called the Traveling Merchant at Deep Sea Fishing that has Reaper points for sale from time to time.
Yeah, you can do that too. I mean, there's a lot of ways to do it. But that's what I'm saying. Like, anybody that is really into that has to have best in slot aura, even they've got 65 mil, or they could do 1 hour bossing. Okay, so you don't want to get 1,000 Reaper points. That probably takes a long time, but you could do an hour, even 2 hours. So tell us, you're done. It's over. Yeah. Go get your bonds.
Yeah, and I don't think this is an issue. I think it's a great decision to bring this into game like this, especially first and foremost for the Reaper points, but secondly for the bonds. Bonds are a tool to be used, and I think that looking back on them, I think that was the turning point for dealing with gold selling in the game.
Yep.
And the second one was, of course, the major engine changes that were made to deal with the script injection bots. So those two things completely saved the game, and I don't think we should be raining our parade down on these. Granted, yes, we will be keeping our eyes open to make sure that there's no tier 90 weapons being available for 2 or 3 bonds, right? But the aura that was initially available as a token reward, because this was let's be real. You didn't buy the 2015-16 Premier Club to get the Mahjarrat aura. You bought it because you wanted a package membership deal for a year. Or some of the other things that maybe came with it. So, I don't think there's much else to say on this.
No, the people that are unhappy about this were probably unhappy about bonds even being a thing. Yeah. They're unhappy about any microtransaction But I think, like I said, you do it case by case. In this case, it's good.